Firstly, congratulations, guys. Obviously quite a tough story to tell, but you've both done a wonderful job. Firstly, Freida, how did you get involved in the project? Because I know it was quite a few years in the making.
It was 10 years ago that I read the script for the first time, actually 11 years ago. I had just finished shooting Slumdog, and on the last day of filming, Tabré said that he had the script that he would like for me to read to help him put some girls on tape for the lead character. And I willingly took the script home and I read it, and I was so disturbed and remembered going back to him, asking him if things that he has described in the script actually do happen, or he's just added it for cinematic effect. And he was like, no, absolutely not. And in fact, I've not even put all of it. It's just a fraction of what these girls go through.
Yeah.
And so then I started educating myself with his help and what are these stories. And he talked about some of the girls he had rescued. And I immediately signed on for whatever he wanted me to do. Like, put the girls on tape. Okay, fine. I'll read the other girls' lines and I'll put myself on tape. But something magical came out of that. And I think somewhere deep in the archives of this film lies a tape, an audition tape, for this other girl where I played Madhuri and Rashmi.
All right, okay.
And I fell in love with Rashmi without even knowing it. I just came alive when I was playing that character. I think it was me being curious about why is this character torturing this young girl? Isn't she in the same situation? Shouldn't she be supporting her? So kind of unraveling those layers. And the other reason was because I played such a sunshine role in Slumdog Millionaire. Like, Latika forever is going to be remembered as whatever the character's described as in the film. So I wanted the opposite now.
And it was pretty much the opposite.
It's completely the opposite. There is no sunshine here.
No, there isn't. Mrunal, did you expect this to be your first ever big break on the cinema?
I'm really blessed to have this as my first. I mean, working with the best actors ever, and I was a little bit afraid and scared about the fact that how will I be able to do scenes?
Yeah.
What if I freak out on sets and be like, hey, you know what, Tabrez, I can't do it, I'm leaving the film.
And we wouldn't blame you for that.
Well, the best thing is that when I met the girls and when they shared their stories with me, it literally moved me. Like, something happened and I was like, this is a film that I should start with to begin with. Girls, when it's their debut film, they choose a light romantic, film where, they're like singing songs and dancing and it's all la 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 la. But after reading the script, something changed. After meeting the girls, after, watching a couple of documentaries and meeting Ruchira Gupta, who runs an organization called Apne Aap, I was like, I always wanted to inspire people, but how? I didn't know, and this is it. So I was like, this is the right project to start with. Especially I came from a television background where
That's
I was
right,
so where I had like a lot of makeup on, a lot of, it was too dramatic. So to just, somewhere down the line, I was also stereotyped as television actor. I wanted to break that. I wanted to do something which people would not, for them it came as a big shock. Like, oh my God, Mrunal can also do a film like Love Sonia where she's absolutely zero makeup, minimum lines, and a realistic film. When the film was not out, people would be like, you mad, you just hampering your career to start with this film. It's a wrong, bad decision. But they all apologize. And
I bet they did.
Yeah.
Were you both aware of the severity of sex trafficking before you began to shoot the movie?
Not really, actually. I think what I knew was pretty much the textbook definition, and it was too theoretical what I knew, and I think after reading the script and spending 10 years on this project and then actually going out there and filming it as well, really gave me a sense of the depth of this treacherous world. It's a difficult one to digest, though. It needs time and it needs a lot of openness as well.
Indeed, it does. Offset, what did you do for? Well, I say fun, to keep the mood quite light. What did you do?
The mood was always light, actually, on in between takes. So, we focused while we were performing, and we focused to get into the character as well. But Tabrez is just, I don't know if you've interviewed him yet, but he has...
I did, yeah.
He, even though he's dealing with such a tough subject matter, he has a calmness about him when he's filming. And that calmness lends itself to relaxing between takes, and which is very important for actors, because then you step away for a bit. You can take a breather and you can come back. Like, different people have different methods, and to each his own. But over time, in the last 11 years of acting, the one thing I've realized is that I need a breather every now and then, and I need to be able to disconnect to come back to something fresh, with a fresh perspective.
And how important is it that directors and people like yourself portray these stories in cinema?
How important is it?
Yeah, how important is it, would you say?
For me, it is very important, but I don't place this kind of, what I feel on everybody else. Like I said, to each his own, and each one knows what they want to do and their own perspective. For me, it's very important because I actually am really aware of the power of my voice. And I'm aware that, being part of a film like this and being part of a very incredible cast, and when we come together, Mrunal, Richa, and I, our voices just become more powerful. I want to do films like this, and I want to do the films that are lighter as well.
Yeah.
But these films, for me particularly, are very important.
Mrunal, what about yourself? How important is it to sort of showcase these stories?
See, the fact that, when people look up to you and you choose to do a project like this, it does leave an impact on the, there are so many stuff, like on Instagram, people just post things because they have to. It's very difficult to explain. Like, suppose if say Amitabh Bachchan is doing a film like Pink.
Yeah.
When he does a film like that, the impact is even more stronger and deeper. So it was very important to be the voice for so many voiceless girls, and considering the fact that it's just not in India, it's happening everywhere. It is happening in UK, in US, in Hong Kong, Bangladesh, Nepal. How do we stop this? How do we make this world a better place? And it might be anyone. It might be your friend, your sister, your relative, or anyone. So all I wanted was to educate people. The amount of incidences that I have. The things that I have learned through this film, like I was a child, I was a very immature, I was not really aware about what reality is. But through this film, I have learned a lot. I have traveled a lot. I've met so many people. They have shared their experiences. There were a couple of women who came to me after the screening, and they were like, I never raised my voice. I never I never told to my mother that I was molested because I was only afraid. But I don't know why I'm sharing this with you, but thank you for giving us that energy and power. So,
wow.
Yeah, so that's the kind of impact. And I would really love to do something like this Aage also, like future also, but not immediately, but after,
Take a few years out.
Yeah, a few years.
All right, well, congratulations, guys,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.